Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Want y'all to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you like to donate to the channel or follow me on any other platforms, Cash App is in the top description and all of the other platforms. With that being said, let's get this show on the road.
You are watching a master at work.
I'm trying to see if I can do another hour, y'all, with y'all. All right, we're going to Chid Smooth. Chid Smooth got a new one.
What's the secret to peak health? Get started at noon.com.
Chevy is more than just a name you can trust. It's everything you want.
YouTube, Chicks. Get ready.
Fine, you know what? I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh man, I thought it was Queens Get the Money. I thought Queens legends stick together. But looks like for 50 Cent, 2026 is open season and anybody can get it. I'm telling you guys, these days, 50 Cent just sits back in his big ass mansion and he just throws a dart at the wall, and whoever the dart lands on is who he's gonna target for that week. The man has gotten into more beefs the last 4 weeks than the Asian Dog. From Mano to Jim Jones to Fabulous to Dame Dash to Christian Combs and now LL Cool J? Wait, is that correct? LL Cool J the legend? Now, for some reason, a couple days ago, 50 Cent posted this LL Cool J interview with Shannon Sharp from a year and a half ago, where he denied the claims that 50 Cent wrote Paradise for him.
All of these songs that I'm thinking of, that you, come on, bro. I don't even know where people, like that's a very interesting thing.
Because I heard they saying, I don't know, was it Paradise that they said 50 wrote for you?
50 Cent wrote the chorus, bro.
But you heard that too, right?
Of course I heard it.
Okay.
He wrote the chorus. If you baby, I'm not. We've been through this before. Acting like the elves can't bag him no more. He ain't write that shit.
That's you.
Of course. Like people be tripping. But you know, that's a big compliment for me.
Yeah.
When you get to the point where you've been doing it so long and you're so prolific that they look like somebody else shot the basketball. LeBron didn't shoot that shit.
Right.
That was fucking KD.
Yeah.
KD really shot that
Right.
shit. Or that was, yo, Steph shot that shit. Like, that's how.
Because you've been in the game so long.
Now, 50 Cent took offense to it and he actually called out LL Cool J. He said, "This was wild when I saw LL say this. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. I did this joint, then 13 other joints. This is why I don't work with ninjas." Now, I didn't think LL Cool J was being disrespectful, especially when 50 Cent has gone on record to also admit that he only did the chorus to the record.
But I didn't make the tape. LL was just talking about this recently. He was talking about Paradise.
Let's see what they say, y'all. Let's see what they say.
I wrote the chorus to Paradise. Charmel sung the reference vocals, and then A. Marie got it and turned it into what it is now. But I don't know why he was struggling with the idea of people feeling like I wrote for him, because I don't f about writing for LL Cool J, bro. Like, it was so far ahead of my career. Like, I love LL Cool J. Like, I don't want him to ever feel like I want something or discredit him in any way. Like that nigga was like
dog, you
man. Like, yeah, like, you was my mama used to knock you out. Like, nigga, don't with me, man. Don't make me feel like that, because I don't need to feel like that. There's nothing in it for me to take credit for anything that he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what? Nah, but I did write records over for him.
So of course, if you're an OG and you go to an interview and you are asked about the potential of somebody else writing your own raps for you, yeah, you're gonna take it a certain way. But that means no disrespect to 50 Cent. Now, I guess 50 Cent never got over it. This morning, he woke up on bad timing. TMZ posted this clip from LL Cool J's interview with Apple Music, where he was asked who's the most important rapper that ever existed. And surprise, surprise, he picked himself.
Now, LL Cool J tells us who's the most important rapper that ever...
They say my engagement is ass. Oh. Oh. Hey, all y'all hit the like button, man. It's a couple of y'all in here. I hit the cash out too, man. Hit the cash out, but yeah, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Existence!
LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever
But
existed.
LL lays out his case, and he did do a lot of things first.
This is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. This is the guy who introduced the love songs and all the love.
LL Cool J did I Need Love in 1987. It was the first hip-hop love song. He changed what rap could be. As far as clothing becoming a thing in hip-hop, he's the guy who launched FUBU. If you're one of those people you want to say that Jay-Z or Kanye are like the greatest, they all came up in a label that he launched.
Oh.
Def Jam Records doesn't exist. Every artist that you can name, the biggest artists, the billionaire artists were launched on the label that I launched.
And he's the first rapper to star on NCIS. So there's that. There's nobody that thinks LL Cool J is the greatest rapper.
50 Cent then wrote in the caption saying, yo, I changed my mind about this guy. I was a fan, but he be doing corny shit. I was trying to help his ass. Fuck all that mama said knock you out. Get the strap. And he doesn't stop there. He goes in the comments to say more. He says, I ain't got no beef. I'm just never fucking with him again. I think the shit he said was whack. Hey, dog, come on, man. 50. Did you really think LL Cool J was going to say anybody but himself? He's supposed to think he's the most important rapper that ever existed. Even your homeboy and best friend Eminem, when he named his top 9 rappers, he put himself as #1.
Is your top 9 that you named on Till I Collapse still the same?
They call us Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie. Andre from Outkast, Jack, Corrupt, Nas, and Diddy.
Yes and no.
When people ask me about top 5 and shit like that, you almost have to go by era. Rap has evolved so much from hip hop, hippity hop, to what it is now, right? So you're going through all those stages, and the top tier lyricists right now are doing it to a level that is so different from the 90s.
The man is giving himself
You ain't see me in Atlanta. I wasn't downtown nowhere. You ain't see me nowhere in Atlanta, nigga.
Yo, who do you think is the most important artist of all time?
Nigga, I
You're most
wasn't
likely going to
downtown
say
nowhere.
yourself. We all know LL Cool J was a pioneer in hip hop, so I'm not too sure what answer he was looking for LL Cool J to say. Hey man, maybe I'm missing something.
Las Vegas. I never been to Las Vegas before.
What do you guys make of 50 Cent?
You ain't never
no longer
seen
rocking
me,
with
bro.
LL Cool J
I don't be
after he claimed he was
downtown
the most
a lot.
important artist of all time. Like
So that's how I know you're lying
channel.
off the
I'll see you guys
gate.
later, man.
So think of a lie you could tell now, because I don't be downtown alone.
You must be rich if you were born before 1975 and still haven't claimed your
Why they got
benefit.
a white lady with a black voice? That's crazy. That's crazy. The white lady. Why they had a white lady sound like an old black lady? Like y'all, the AI, y'all gotta get better with this AI, man. The AI. We going to Willie D, y'all. We going to Willie D.
Willie D Live.
What's
It
up,
wasn't
family?
me.
In Oaxaca, Mexico, a U.S. citizen publicly expressed support for Donald
Wasn't
Trump,
me.
your president, and was confronted by members of the Artisan Trade Union. The incident was captured on video and has circulated widely on social media, sparking debates about political expression and activism
What's
in the
up?
region. Check it out. Bold man. Yeah, man, he's bold. You going to Mexico with that? Where's a good cartel member when you need one? That boy went to Mexico and waved his U.S. flag, trying to hit somebody with it. Trying to hit somebody with the flag. The audacity. Good Lord. Family.
Going to O'Shea Duke Jackson, y'all. Let's check out O'Shea Duke Jackson, what he's talking about.
It's a fool's plan to take on the insurance company on your own after a
I'll
wreck.
probably do like
Those guys
an
need
hour,
trainings
man.
paying your
And then I'm gonna flip up out of there.
I'm Attorney Ken Nugent. In short,
Really, I'm not even looking to make any more videos about Corey Holcomb or Anton Daniels, but people keep sending me stuff. And allegedly, Anton Daniels has been going on this particular Twitter post and then Twitter delete spree. And he did it the other day after going after Corey Holcomb once the video of Corey Holcomb came out of hitting that lady. But then here's another example. He posted, "I'm going to show you why you shouldn't worship these industry celebrities. Almost all of them are fake, closeted, and demonic. They've had a chokehold on the culture and are the worst for it. I don't want to be friends ever." Now, before I could get the screenshots of the post where people were basically roasting Anton Daniels up, you can imagine what people were saying. A lot of hypocrisy, a lot of, you do this and you do that. And then I thought about something in particular, and I want to talk about a concept. It's called cognitive ability. Cognitive ability refers to our mental capacity to do a few things. Number one, acquire knowledge, reason, solve problems, understand language, remember information, and to adapt to new situations. Other things like processing speed, how quickly you can think and respond. But, examples in life would be like reading a complex article, remembering instructions, solving a math problem, things like that, making decisions under pressure. And typically how these things are improved, one of the main ways that you can improve your cognitive ability is reading. It's one of the best ways to do it. But when you look at this idea of cognitive ability, when you listen to white racists or when you listen to black conservatives, they would argue that, on average, the Black American community, or even the African American community or Black American community, and blacks in general worldwide, have a lower cognitive ability of other races, especially in comparisons to whites. And this is what Anton is doing right now. He's saying that everybody else is a problem in the culture. And when he says industry celebrities, he's not talking about just white industry celebrities. He's talking about black celebrities. And a lot of this is some of the people who could be, critical of his debate with Corey Holcomb himself, and then he's calling them fake, closeted, and demonic, okay? They've had a chokehold on the culture, and when he means the culture, it's just not the culture of entertainment. He's talking about the black culture. But one of the things in cognitive ability that I really think is very interesting is your ability to, number one, understand yourself and understand other people. That is a part of reasoning. When you're reasoning, you have the ability to look at, number one, yourself. What is the problem with myself? Now, I know that we are all biased towards ourselves. We would all love to believe that we are greater than we really are until, a fateful day comes and we get humbled. But one of the reasons that cognitive ability is so important because you get to understand how somebody else feels. Let me give you an example. When we were in high school reading books, some of you may have read something like, To Kill a Mockingbird, or Shakespeare's plays, Romeo and Juliet, or if you read the Bible, King James Version, what you try to do is to understand the writer's point of view. And that is why, if you think about, American school system or European school systems, one of the things that occurs in education, kind of without you knowing, is that you're able to see somebody else's perspective. And that's the reality of an educated person. A well-rounded educated person can look at somebody else's point of view and then look at their own point of view and see where the flaws are. And you can do that and say, you know what, here I'm wrong. I'm making a mistake here. This person's logic is better than mine, and I'm in error in comparisons to what they're saying in this particular passage or about me in particular. But when you look at Anton Daniels and how he's handling himself, he's always blaming somebody else. It's these industry celebrities. These people are fake, closeted, and demonic. But this is a man who says that he's a Christian and he has 5 quote-unquote holes on the side and his wife is okay with it. But he also says he follows God. But everybody else is closeted and demonic.
Boy, y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
He mentions when you peek behind the curtain, it's all a facade. Well, we can say that about Anton Daniels when you talk about his life. You can talk about him being demonic. You can talk about him being fake. You can talk about him being closeted. You can say all of these things about Anton Daniels in which he is leveraging these points on other people. Talk about them having the chokehold on the culture, and they are the worst for it, but he won't talk about how he benefits. But as a black conservative, his job should be trying to change the culture. But he's a part of the chokehold on the culture, and he can't understand that. I don't want to be friends ever, is what he's saying, but with all of the calamities that he has in his own personal life, he doesn't want to be friends with people that are like him. And it made me realize something. Anton Daniels may not be as smart as we thought he was. This doesn't mean that Anton Daniels doesn't know how to make money or Anton Daniels is not successful. But Anton Daniels is a part of the problem in which he blames the black community for. He would like to separate himself from the problems of the black community when he's a product of the culture. Let him tell it, right? That he's talking about. Anton Daniels doesn't have reasoning ability. He cannot make logical connections and judgments. He could not understand that by making that post, he basically described his entire life, his entire personality, in his own words, his entire facade. He believes that other people cannot see through the problem that he posted, which means that he's okay to see other people's issues, but he cannot see his own. And the reason why he can't see his own is because part of his cognitive ability in one area or another is low. And so what I believe Anton Daniels has is some type of impediment. Now, I'm not saying that Anton Daniels is retarded. I'm not saying that Anton Daniels is not functional. I'm not going to say that because Anton Daniels very well understands what he's doing and what he's trying to do. But he is showing us something about his learning ability and that his critical thinking and understanding is damaged. There is a problem there. There is a learning gap there. And see, this problem is so big in the black community because we all hate people like each other. That's the issue. That's the problem everywhere. I mean, I'm in Uganda, and I see this all the time. People always blame others for their problems, and you can break those problems into 4 buckets. When you have a person that wants to make excuses, they can always use 4 frameworks. Number 1, I didn't understand the information, so I didn't know. Number 2, nobody told me. Okay, so no one told me about this. Or number 3, it's somebody else's fault, okay? Or number 4, but I already told you part of the information. All of these are excuses for why you can't do something. And when you look at Anton Daniels, he's using number 3. The number 3 unaccountability problem that you see in almost every poor country, including certain parts of America, whether it be white America or black America, is it's someone else's fault. I don't want to be around these people because all of these people are fake, but not me. And when you look at a person like that, it is almost mild retardation in that thinking. And such a person is dangerous. And this is one of the reasons why a person like Fresh and Fit or Tommy Sotomayor could lose their channel. They could turn back around and blame YouTube for it. I mean, you used to hear it all the time. Like, how is it that Tommy Sotomayor is breaking all of these rules on YouTube and he's blaming YouTube and he's using free speech as a mechanism to defend his behavior of hate speech on the platform? Same thing with Just Pearly Things or Myron. Whenever you talk about how people want to limit his speech and stop him from doing things, it's somebody else's fault. When you look at Anton Daniels and when you talk about the fact that he's living a lifestyle that's ungodly, according to him, that he has multiple women outside of his marriage, he will try to reduce somebody like me to saying, well, the reason why you're talking about me is because you have a female perspective. But the only way to justify it is that person has a low cognitive ability. That's all it is. And that person dresses himself up as, somebody that's more intelligent, some more intellectual. But the reality is that people that dress themselves up as more intelligent or more intellectual, in the real sense that I found, and I'm a person that went to medical school, those people have a learning deficit, clearly that they're trying to hide. The most intelligent people, and I've went to medical school, I've went to post-bac programs, people who are really smart and really bright, never have to tell anybody. They never talk about somebody else's inability to learn. They never really discuss someone's inability to learn. They don't do that. And the reason why they don't do that is because they're too busy being productive, and it's so easy for them to move away from somebody like that. So if you are from the Black community and you understand that there's a cognitive ability problem in certain parts of Black America, you use that for fuel to get away from it. But if you understand that, you should not be participating in that behavior. This is the whole situation with Anton Daniels and his ability to engage Corey in the same Neanderthal tactics that he accused him of, instead of understanding that his cognitive ability was better.
Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next?
But to say that, quote unquote, he did the opposite. The reason why he was upset with Corey and got into it with Corey and then went on this world tour of...
I just think Corey worst mistake was going on. My bad. Anton Daniels' worst mistake was going on Corey Holcomb's show. That's my whole thing on the whole thing. Like, you shouldn't have took your ass up though.
Saying how he was gonna beat Corey up and all this stuff. Is because of a learning deficit issue. That's the only way you can explain it. You can say that in some capacity, his mental ability to learn and to reason is more limited than what he wants to explain. And you can dress it up as I have more money than you. You can dress it up that I have more cars than you. You can dress it up in all of these other facets of, phrases and language and talking points. But when people see you post something like this, there is only one thing that you can think of. That person's almost retarded. Doesn't mean that person is really retarded. Doesn't mean that, okay? But it does mean that that person is not mentally stable. And so we have to really look at ourselves and say, I have a problem here. And it's me. It's me. Like there was a song in church that they would sing when I was a young kid. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Like if you guys are from the old school, your grandparents was Baptist, you understand that. And that song was probably the greatest level of accountability that I ever heard in the Black church. And for a Christian like Anton, almost everything about religion boils down to one thing: submissiveness and accountability. You cannot even really be a Muslim. You cannot really be a Christian if you are not willing to do those things. The idea of most Abrahamic religions as a whole is that I have a problem and I can never solve this problem without the help of God. I have errors. I am flawed. I mean, the Apostle Paul talked about it all the time. I am mired in sin and I have all these problems with the flesh. And I mean, you guys understand the whole story. But if that's Anton, he can't have those issues because look at what he's talking about now. It's everybody else's fault in the industry and I'm absolved from that behavior. Low cognition. Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Dude Jackson. Back at it again. The episode of Let's Let Me Drunk. Here's your for all that you do. Scrap the bell. We're out.
Big games, big finales, big relief. Get 100 plus channels of live sports, movies, and TV in one place. YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
school notice, Umar goes public talking about the banks froze my accounts, both his personal account.
It's Panda Press, y'all. We trying to finish the video off.
And the school account frozen. Now, why are you even telling us that? Nobody knew about the auction yet. So him dropping that info out of nowhere feels like he was setting the stage for the classic play. Look, y'all, I'm a victim. They don't want me to win. The system's trying to stop this school for black boys. But here's the twist. It wasn't him who told the world about the auction. Some random person just walking past the school saw a notice taped to the door, took a picture, posted it online, and then boom, everybody put two and two together. So once the internet caught wind, folks already knew the next move. Umar was gonna hit that conspiracy button hard. And right on cue, he starts framing it like some grand plan by the government, the FBI, the CIA, the whole alphabet soup, all working together to stop one school for black boys. And here's the thing, he ain't pitching this to people who gonna fact check. Nah, he's talking straight to the single moms who see him as the last hope for their kids, and the diehard supporters who treat him like he's the Malcolm X of Instagram Live. But come on, bruh, you from North Philly. You know how this works. The city slaps a notice on your door, that's just standard. If you were really at that school as much as you claim, you'd have seen it the same day.
Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they...
We're going to take our academics right quick. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm kind of flipping around, but I'm probably going to
power through anything. Only at Harbor Freight.
And I just,
tap out in
because I do it, it's foreign to me to hear people speak out there. I'm not going to check in, but then that's the ignorant dude, because that's the dude who wants the internet fame. Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Me, myself, I check in.
Yeah.
And in certain places, I'm going to tell a dude that they check in with me. Now, I don't think you should go there now.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want to go to the other one.
Yeah.
And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jury, who real killers. Like, who really real killers. Like, if he ever find out who did that, he gonna knock everybody down. You understand what I'm saying? You just call slipping. And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? And you try your best not to be slipping. And if you have the means not to, by do it. You know what I mean? And it's just about, sometimes it's about respecting, you know, yourself and trying to get home.
You had a clip or something you said that was going around where you basically said that he was even extorting the food trucks outside of Crenshaw High.
That's what I said. I'm like, what? I got a call and they were like, yeah, you know, he was extorting the food vendors. I'm like, what?
Oh, so somebody just told you that? It wasn't like something you saw firsthand?
No, it was someone that was a part of, I guess, some type of event. And now, mind you, I don't be at the events at Crenshaw, so I really just listen to what people tell me. But they were like, he was extorting us. He was extorting the food vendors and was making us pay all our money. I'm like, and y'all did it?
That's wild.
I'm like, wow.
That's crazy.
It was a situation where I had a friend, they were doing a back to school drive.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to extort and bully them because they were giving things away for kids in his neighborhood and he didn't approve it. And it's just like, what?
For years, defendant Henley extorted victim 1, a music and club promoter who transitioned into a partnership with the unlicensed marijuana dispensary located in Los Angeles for up to $25,000 per month in extortion fees until victim 1 started to ignore defendant Henley's calls. On July 5th, 2021, when victim 1 had been ignoring defendant Henley's calls, demanding extortion payments, defendant Robinson, Big U Enterprise member, and self-proclaimed Rolling 60s member Tremaine Ashley Williams, aka Loose Cannon, and approximately 9 other individuals, all acting at defendant Henley's direction, traveled to the dispensary and committed a robbery. Victim 1's real name is Dale Morrison, aka Monster Man. I'm pretty sure y'all done heard his name before. This is the dude that Big U was extorting so much that he ran out of money and had to start getting the extortion payments directly from the feds because he was already cooperating because he had been caught a previous case. Well, he's speaking out in an interview, speaking about Big U, speaking about his situation, and speaking about his thoughts around the whole situation, man. Check this out.
I do want to say that I do have a story. I do have.
So this is the guy who supposedly Big U was extorting. Sometimes he was paying Big U $2,000 a month. Sometimes it was more than that. Sometimes it was $10,000. It was, he supposedly was involved with a dispensary that Big U said for this to happen, but it was, I guess it was an illegal dispensary, but Big U says for you to keep doing this, you need to, pay me. One time they didn't pay him, and Big U sent his homies over there to go take his shit, and then invited him to the spot and said, yo, this is how you robbed yourself, basically. You know what I mean? I think that's the story.
Outside, people are paying people $200, $300 to tell them things about me. Not a lot of this stuff is true, and I can't wait to tell my side. As far as Loose Cannon though, I don't think he works for the police. I don't think he's telling. I think he's lost in the sauce, kind of. I think he wants the celebrity, he wants the clout and stuff like that. I do think he might end up telling because of what Big U has done to him too.
He already took a profit agreement. He already took a profit. I just put it up there.
Do you have pest issues? Try to eliminate them from where they start pesting again. Some pet.
Oh, okay.
So he's
yeah.
I just put the.
A lot of times, right? A reflection of what happens to you through life is a reflection of what you've done through life. And I think that, when you look at, even the Nipsey Hussle situation and, what Nip and, Big Man went through, it's like we're not dealing with one of the best peoples in the world. We're dealing with, a lot of these people are pro-black only when it matters. Even one day I seen Loose Cannon on the show talking about, oh yeah, y'all niggas like Willie Lynch, y'all want me to get locked up and this and that, but then, you know what I'm saying, you just can jump Marciano, brother. He's 60 years old. You took him off his clothes and it's only pro-black sometimes. They're only community people sometimes. And nobody really knows these people. When you look at Nip contract, 10 years for 30%, you know that shit can be demonic, right? When a motherfucker doing something good in the hood and you want to chase him out and belittle him and shit like that, you know the type of person that, you kind of deal with, some people tell me yo, D, keep your head up. That shit was gonna happen, and no matter what. And I just hate the fact that I'm a part of it. I'm a part of it. But why was I even in that situation? Even after the feds had got me. I don't think they know. They know what they're being told, and then remember, there's a complaint, and then there's an indictment. And then there's something stronger than even that, right? So a lot of complaints and indictments are being pieced together to do and say certain things, and I do respect this shit, and I do understand the business part of it. I do know that a lot of this stuff is for, and like I said, I watch you, and I know the man that hooked us up. There's nobody more pro-black than this guy. You know what I'm saying? Brother, sister type thing. And, I respect him a lot. But just afford me some time to think, and maybe we can have a pre-discussion about, the agenda here. What are we trying to do? Because, everything should have a purpose to it, and a purpose to uplift our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even when I think about Big U, when I think about Loose Cannon, and, you know, there's anger and there's animosity and there's hurt and there's all of this shit involved in it. You know what I mean? I still know that as black people, we're still fucking products of our environment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think for me to win, you got to lose. And, you know, that's a big problem. And that's what my brand, Everybody Eats, was always about. Like, you know, we can all kind of survive the way you got 50 jewelers on the same block, but they can all get along. You know what I'm saying? It's not really dog eat dog. But some people are from a world where it's just dog eat dog, you know what I mean? And that's part of my agenda, that it ain't fucking gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? That a black man ain't gotta step on another black man. The old niggas ain't gotta step on the young niggas, like, you know, to where they can't breathe, like this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot that goes on. I think the biggest thing for me about how I ended up where I ended up is because it's like someone trying to break you and then it works. I don't know if your girl, you know, if you ever had a girlfriend or somebody that tried to get you mad and then it actually works. And then, you know, someone's trying to break you and then I was fucking broken. And I'm not, you know, I don't have the fire that I used to have, the ambition that I used to have. I don't have any of that thing, right? So yeah, man. I mean, there's people offering me $5,000, $10,000. I haven't really taken any of them. And you've already gotten, you know, because, you know, I can't work no more. I can't be outside no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very tricky for me. It's very for me. It's for a lot of people. But
The people look at it like, you know, what Big U did was foul. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, we know that you did what you did and it's foul because you was out there.
I could say, yeah. It's foul. It sucks. And it's a lot of foul things. And, you know, I'm not the only one that foul things happen to.
Now, supposedly this guy like got caught up on some shit. Which, by the way, yo, this Rico case.
This Rico case is crazy. You got murder, extortion. You got all kind of.
The only reason I even so cover it's the only thing that keeps on giving. These niggas. So we have the witnesses talking, the people charged who talking. The people who talking the least are the prosecutors and the people who are the feds. The defendants, the witnesses, and everybody else is running their mouth.
And you know, yeah, and then you know, as we go through what happened, you know, there's a lot of people that this shit's happened to all across. I think, and you know, for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, looking at this shit like, oh yeah, man, we'll talk.
That was victim number one, Dale Morrison. The person is cooperating against Big U because Big U was extorting him, man. Listen, but he is not a stranger to law enforcement, man. He done had his run-ins in the past, man. In 2014, he got locked up for pimping, pandering, and running a sex trafficking ring out there in California, man. Victim.
Okay, all right. So now we get word from this guy who is cooperating, or he was victim one in this whole Big U situation, and look like, you know, he says he's scared a little bit about, like, you know, his life, that, you know, somebody might do something, but he's still willing to talk on an interview.
Hey, I'm in Compton, California. I'm in Compton. Go to Compton, California. Go to the Marathon store. Go to the Marathon store in Compton, California. I'll meet you out.
This is the next thing. I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. So apparently, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby are Celtics. This is.
It's a fool's plan to take on the insurance company on your own.
Just look up the Marathon store. I'm at the Marathon store in Los Angeles.
Your rent. Those guys are tight as a tick when paying your payout. I'm Attorney Ken Nugent. Insurance companies try to hide their tricks, but we know how to anticipate their every move and outsmart them at their own game. A game, by the way, that's totally rigged. I can still see you. One call, that's all.
Call10.com.
Want to win? Call me.
Hi there. Would you like to receive a gift? I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and this is the book.
I don't know, man. These guys are something else. Hold on.
So we woke up to news that all right, so recently, you know, everybody
In California, bro.
Look,
You know those kind of being hip above heads. I know you seen that shit with the judge.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any.
Alright, let me just go to No Joke Alert. So apparently two of the defendants, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, who were beefing while they were on the streets, are cellmates. I don't know how this happens, and by the way, they both called in from jail to let people know that they are indeed cellmates. Listen to this. Sorry.
At any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this, you may begin speaking now.
Hello?
yeah, what's up with your wife? How you doing?
Oh my God, it's so good to finally hear your voice. Are you okay?
She left that nigga ass too. She left that nigga ass.
Yeah, I'm good.
Where are you?
I'm in LA. You won't believe. It was my celly,
Who?
Brick Baby.
What?
Yeah, this is crazy.
That is insane. Was that like pre-planned? Like what the heck? Oh my gosh. So Brick Baby is your cellmate?
That'll be my celly.
No. That is wild.
He was like, thank you for the t-shirts and everything like that, and
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5.
Oh yeah.
he was like, you for real for that, and then like for it.
Well, you know, I definitely, you know, I would hope, you know, they would do the same and if the table was turned, you know. So I definitely, if I had the outsource to be able to help his wife while going through this, that's exactly what I wanted to do. You know, I already sent her first payment last week from the sales we made last week, and she was so happy. But I'm happy that he heard about it. That's good. You know, I'm gonna keep pushing so that we can keep making some money that way. You know, it gives a little more ease, even for at least for these phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it ain't cheap.
No, Brick. Hold on.
It ain't cheap. That's what this
Hey,
girl
Rick,
said.
how you doing?
Thank you for everything you're doing. I heard you keeping the name strong.
Listen, I'm trying. You know, I'm doing whatever I can with the power that I have. You know. Oh yeah.
He was like, you for real for that, and then like for it. Yes.
Mhm. That's what's up. How you holding up?
Oh man, we coolin'. My boy here now, so we
Yo, is that crazy? You guys are cellmates? What? What in the world did that happen?
When I figured out the jail, I'm like, bro, finna come. I'm like, soon as he come, I'm about to bring him ready. Cause you gotta come here. So I'm like, yeah, he about to come right here with us.
That's crazy. So you helped set that up?
Yeah, well, as soon as he came in, shit, you already know. It ain't no other way he gonna go. And we can't be talking in front of all these people, so I was just like, come on.
Man, that's what's up. Okay.
Good out there with the baby and stuff.
You know, he's here, he's teething, so I'm going through that phase right now where he's a little fussy, but you know, I'm bearing with it. I'm bearing with it.
Here it goes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we coolin'. So bro, right here.
All right. Hear from you. Keep your head up.
That's funny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right. These people be coming in here with some crazy
Y'all about to
comments.
pick up where y'all left off. Y'all gonna be holding podcasts in the cell?
She laughing like this is a joke, nigga. Yo, he locked up. He might be going to jail forever. And she laughing like this shit is a joke, nigga.
I'm trying to see if you could cash that so I can get some food.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Just give me a cash app and I'll send it over so that you can get some outside food because I know I'm sure the food over there is trash.
It's terrible. Oh,
Mm.
I love
Oh, I love you too.
Where I'm at, I'm always gonna be good.
Yeah.
A huge step forward in the investigation. Neil Langston was arrested and fingerprinted and will testify in front of the grand jury.
I want to know how many times have they seen her? Was there any kind of trauma that they've ever witnessed that was inflicted upon her? Who else was in that house?
David seemed to have this infatuation with knives. There's a lot of pictures of him with like switchblade looking knives.
The way she was treated, she's objectified, she is dismembered. I think that they treated her like she is a play toy.
Breaking news, a plea deal, and tonight...
Nancy Grace, y'all. That's who we reacted to, Nancy. I know y'all hear her voice. If you heard this Nancy Grace.
D4VD, aka David Anthony Burke, aka murder suspect, is cooked as an arrest goes down in the death of Celeste, a 13-year-old little girl found dead, allegedly dismembered in Burke's Tesla trunk. Good evening, I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us. A home incinerator. Was it purchased at the time of Celeste's death?
Her burn pages have in fact been used to render down human remains.
This is something you would typically find on a farm. You gotta wonder what the plan for ultimately is. Maybe get rid of her permanently.
Tonight is...
First they said she was frozen, now they say she was burnt up. I don't know which one it is. Like, can y'all get the story right?
A plea deal in the works. This as an arrest goes down connected to the death of a 13-year-old little girl, Celeste Rivas. Her body found in the trunk of highly popular D4VD, aka David Anthony Burke, aka Suspect. Joining me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. What sparked news of a potential plea deal?
Burke's close friend, Neil Langston, arrested at his mother's home in Montana on an unspecified warrant issued by the LAPD, booked for dodging a mandated...
That's the dude, Neil. So Neil, that's the one that got arrested. He probably gonna flip because he look like he's scary. He look like he's scary as hell. So he probably gonna flip if that.
Appearance as a material witness in the homicide investigation, Langston is held without bail at the Lewis and Clark County Jail in Helena.
Could somebody just surprise me just one time? Can a defendant not be found hiding under his mother's bed? Day one.
New Zealand, what up? What up, New Zealand? Salute. Salute to New Zealand. It's the Wellington region, Wellington. Okay.
Straight out to private investigator who has become enmeshed, embroiled in the D4VD, David Anthony Burke case.
Join you up? Join you to do what?
It's Steve Fisher, now high-profile private investigator, missing person private investigator, search and rescue expert. Steve Fisher, this all started when Langston, aka Neo the Asian, refused to come to grand jury. And they have to go look for him. And of course, he's hiding under mommy's bed in Helena, far, far away from that grand jury proceeding. So they drag him back. That sparked discussion of a plea deal. And I think they're right.
I don't know what that
some
means,
outlets misquoted you, stating that you thought D4VD, Burke, is going to get indicted. But I think that's backwards. What do you think, Fisher?
Well, you said that about D4 being indicted. They quoted me saying is that he may be getting a plea deal, and then I did not say that. What I said was the fact that they were bringing Langston in on that failure to appear worried me, and I think he might be getting an immunity deal because
At the Federal Bureau of Prisons, we all have different responsibilities.
quite frankly, I'd expect him to possibly be a target, and then you would typically expect them to bring a target in front of the grand jury like that, and it makes me think
Hold that thought, Steve Fisher. I think you're right. Let me go to high-profile defense attorney joining us from this jurisdiction.
This is my job.
It's Joanna Nieves, criminal defense attorney, founder of the Nieves Law Firm. Joanna, here's the deal. Let me just break it down. He has a choice. He can either be a co-defendant or he can be a witness. That's how I'm seeing it from here. Because I guarantee you, Joanna, LAPD, and I've heard this from an inside source, has this huge wall, and they have digital tracking of phone calls, GPS locators, nav system of all of D4VD's friends, including him. Which means they've got it down to the minute. If Langston, aka Neo, was traveling along in a car, and I think I've identified one thing they're looking at, Joanna, it's the night that D4VD goes out into a densely wooded forest area late in the night, 2, 3 a.m. Many people think to dispose of a body or scout a spot to dispose of a body. If it turns out that Neo Langston phone was traveling along with D4VD's, he's up in you know what creek without a paddle. So he can choose. Did you dig the hole or do you want to end up in the hole, Langston?
So this is all assuming that he's got information to offer that might incriminate David or even himself, but he may be being called in to stick a timeline down. He may be exculpating David in some way, or another person who is a person of interest in the matter.
I'm sorry, I just choked on my tea. Hold on. Well, let me see her, please. Joanna Nieves, did you just say, with a straight face, that LAPD puts out a interjurisdictional warrant and tracks down Neo Langston, who was D4VD's bestie, because he has exculpatory evidence that may...
She gonna get down to it, but I ain't gonna lie. Don't listen to everything you hear on the news. That's all I can say.
Exonerate Burke? That is not why they dragged him by his toes out from under Mummy's bed. No, because he has evidence. It's a grand jury investigation and charging arm.
Absolutely.
Please, let's be real.
They want the information, but also they're required to provide all of the information, not just the things that want to paint the picture that they want to put in front of the grand jury. The grand jury may have additional questions, and Neo Langston may be able to shed light on times, places, locations, and relationships. So it may not necessarily be about this one Santa Barbara trip. It may even be just about what was the nature of the relationship between David and Celeste, if there was anything inappropriate, as many people have been speculating, but there's also speculations of what the relationship may have been between Neo and David himself. So I think that really we don't know what his testimony will be. I do find that it's probably going to be obviously material, that they went through these great lengths to get him there. But ultimately, just because he didn't pull up doesn't mean that he's got something incriminating for himself or somebody else.
Hey, bro, I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
He may have just been putting his head in the sand, hoping that this thing disappeared without having
not on my life.
Let me ask you a question. Where did you go to law school?
Florida State, go Noles.
Florida State.
That's a great
Florida State, goddamn. I'm from Florida.
And you've tried a lot of criminal cases too. But I can guarantee you this technical legal term, they did not drag him back to ask him, what's your relationship with D4VD? That did not happen. He was dragged home from Helena, Montana, back to LA to testify in front of a grand jury and put in jail. And that's not to find out if he and D4VD were braiding each other's hair at night. Speaking of that, Steve Fisher, do you agree or disagree with Joanna Nieves? And I'll tell you what she's doing. She's a world-class defense lawyer, and she is painting a pretty picture, a pristine picture for Neo Langston. But I guarantee you they did not drag him all the way back to LA from Montana to find out about his relationship with David Anthony Burke. I want to hear about the disc you found in D4VD's home. What photos were on the disc?
Well, there's 1,100 photos on it. There's a ton, but Neo is in a lot of them with David, and they have a very close relationship. He's at the house a lot. He's him and about like 2 other people seem to always be around.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service.
Worries me about this bringing him back is that they even need his testimony, because if they haven't been able to make the case 5 months later and they need his testimony, I would think he'd be a target instead of a witness, and so that's what worries me, that maybe they're going to offer him an immunity deal, which I would hate to see if he has any involvement in this.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out why you're worried about it, but I see what you're saying. You want everyone potentially involved in the death and the dismemberment and the disposal of her body, Celeste, to be prosecuted. I agree. Look at her. Don't take down that picture. That is Celeste. That is Celeste. A few short years after that, she's dead. And I want to find out why. I'm with you, Fisher. Hey, Fisher. Now they're saying, guys, the reason Steve Fisher became embroiled in this is the owner of the D4VD mansion hired him to find out what the hell was going on. He had the permission to go into the home and search. Where did you find the disc?
It was left behind in the house. They moved out pretty hastily, and they left a lot of stuff behind. And it was just a memory card from a camera, and it was on the floor, and we were able to recover the images from it. So it's just left behind, but it was a very quick move out, and they left a tremendous amount of stuff behind it, including the burn cage, including the chainsaw, and a lot of things. So that's how we found it.
Let me ask you something. On that disc, you said there are about 1,100 images, including D4VD and Neo lying in bed together. Were they clothed?
Yes, they were.
And photos of them curled up together on a sofa. Were they clothed?
They were, and a lot of these have already hit the internet, because some of these he actually took off the camera and posted, like you're showing on the screen now. These are the type of images, but the focus seems to be between him and his relationship with him.
Were there any women on there? Any naked photos of women, or is it all Neo and D4VD?
Yeah, there's no provocative photos. It's just women kind of in the background, actually, of him and Neo.
Okay, let me be clear, Steve Fisher. Let me see, Steve Fisher. I don't care who is who.
Hey, y'all kicking me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share. Definitely hit notification bell. If you like to support the channel, the Cash App is in the description of this video and at the top of my YouTube video. Of my YouTube channel, and y'all can follow me on any other platforms. With that being said, peace and one.